Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
And we're going to dig through the New Japan Cup bracket here. We are using Chris Samsa's Sport of Pro Wrestling bracket. If you want to do this, if you want to make your picks, you can do so. Just go to sportofprowrestling.com. It's right smack dab on the front page there. So I already got it teed up. You guys can see this? Yes?
Yep.
All right.
So this is done by section. So each, they're the 4 quarters. So we're going to be going through 1 quarter at a time and picking the final winner until we get to that. So when people are wondering the order of this, it's by quarters of the brackets. For this.
Man, I feel like this is my 5th teams meeting today. Then share your page.
All right. I will say that when it comes to the New Japan Cup, chalk is normally not the way to go. Correct, Jeremy?
Okay.
Like the predictableness when you're like, oh, Duke, yeah, of course, North Carolina, of course. No. You're kind of picking 12-5 upsets here a lot of the time.
There's a lot of hints and stories that they've kind of laid down to give you an idea of where this stuff is going. And one of the first lineups that we have here is Yota Tsuji, Evil, and David Finlay. And at the end of New Beginnings, Evil returned and laid out Yota Tsuji, and then proceeded to lay out Gabe Kidd and inform him of the separation of church and state between War Dogs and House of Torture, which Evil is the leader of. So when we're going into this Yota Tsuji and Evil match, that's the context that you kind of need to take into mind.
Evil just came back.
Yeah.
Beat this dude up in the ring. I feel like the heat is on getting Evil further into this thing. Are we picking Evil here?
I would.
What do you think, John?
I'm going Yota Tsuji.
All right, so I got to break the tie then. So we have to, because we have.
You don't have to.
Well, I mean, we had to move through the thing.
I know.
Okay, so we have 1 Evil, 1 Yota Tsuji. I'm going to say Evil just because, like I said, the way that this tournament is booked is not necessarily ever to sort of my favor of what I want to see.
I may be going the chalk strategy. Let's just so you know right now. I'm going.
Yota Tsuji is the global champion. He doesn't need to win this title, but he does need someone to challenge him for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So David Finlay gets the bye. I thought the buys were so random and goofy.
They make no sense whatsoever. None of these guys. Sonata should get a bye. He beat Taichi. Taichi gets a bye after it. Nothing. Ignore the buys. They're just set up for what they want to happen.
All right, we got young Uyemura against warped bicep Sonata.
Oh man, respect, dude.
I mean, the guy's like has a torn bicep and it's all jacked up now.
He's just like the handsome devil, man. I don't know his look these days. I don't know if he's maybe not, but
he's still like, you know, looking like a young Inoki, but like that's it. Just he's got his jacked up arm. Like I don't know. I don't know what to say. Jeremy, give us some background on this one.
Okay, so this is the second match of the first night of the tournament. Yuya Uemura will be making his second match return after the anniversary show, which he'll be doing a tag, setting up this match. Sonata has now been regressed to the 3rd or 4th on the totem pole in Bullet Club, the War Dog, but that could change at any given moment. So Sonata is also a former world champion. I personally believe that Yuya Uemura is going to go really far in this tournament, and positioning Sonata here is more to make Yuya Uemura look good rather than really taking Sonata seriously as a challenger for the cup this year.
All right, I was thinking Uemura as well. John, are you clean sweep in this, or you still think Sonata?
No, that's Sonata.
You have Sonata?
Yeah, I have I have Sonata. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it as we go. We're not gonna say who's gonna win yet, but I'm going with Sonata.
Okay. but I'm breaking the tie, then I'm going.
Oh, go ahead. It's okay.
Okay.
You do your deal.
Okay.
You do
man. So now this makes our second
I already know
round.
who's winning this already. So I don't know.
No, that was a good one.
Smart ass.
Don't know. Yoshi.
Evil.
Did he make it? Oh, he's in the bye. Fucking Yoshihashi gets a bye. That's a random. That's a
Right?
random one.
Like, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Not the worst
No.
one in this tournament, but he's up there with the surprise buys.
All right.
All right,
So we
Evil
got
and David
Evil
Finley.
we got Evil winning his first match, and he goes up against Finley, who has a bye into this semifinals.
All right, so here's the background here. David Finley is the favorite to win this tournament across the board. A lot of people who are looking at this tournament think, oh, hey, David Finley's winning this tournament. And by all rights and means, he should. However, Evil came in and he declared war on the War Dogs and he laid out Gabe Kidd. David Finley, his character probably shouldn't give a shit about like whether or not Evil laid out Gabe Kidd. But if Evil were to cost David Finley an opportunity at Goto, who he already beat in September and would consider easy pickings to go ahead and win the IWGP title, and he'd have a clean sweep all the way through, then David Finley would have a problem with Evil. And so for that reason, I'm kind of leaning towards Evil getting the win over David Finley here.
I was thinking the exact same thing, just from based on what I said before. But John, where were you leaning with this one?
Oh, Dave Finley.
I love you so much, man.
I can't wait. You know,
I mean, he was my winner. I mean, I'll tell you right now, he's the guy I feel was winning this tournament. So
okay.
Yeah, I think the House of Torture War Dog feud is going to supersede anything else he's doing for whatever reason.
So what needs to happen is John needs to do this himself as well, and then send it to me so that I could share it in the Discord, so we get all of our brackets.
I had it on a freaking Word doc at work. Oh shit, this is live, huh? This is gonna be a free. No, I did it. I did it on my break time, lunch hour, and then. But yeah, I had this all down. But I can go on the Samson.
Yeah,
site.
you should do it and then share it in the Discord, and we'll have yours too.
Oh yeah, this
all
is
right.
too much, dude. I'll just send it to you. You can share it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Share it, and I'll do it, and I'll put it up. Okay, Uemura and Yoshihashi, who also had a bye.
Very recently, Ryohei Oiwa and Yoshihashi had a match. Ryohei Oiwa went over. I kind of thought it was that match that they were running back, and when I realized it wasn't, I leaned toward Yuya Uemura beating Yoshihashi here.
John, what do you think?
I had Yoshihashi beating Sonata.
Oh,
As he was my kind of my upset king in this tournament for the So I'm gonna go Yoshihashi because
this is the
I mean, my
this is
whole
not the most
mentality on this.
it's not the most decisive bracket in the world, but I was thinking Uemura as well.
Mhm.
And so then we have Evil and Uemura, and I was leaning Uemura.
I was too. If this were the pathway, it would mean Yuya Uemura on the way to the New Japan Cup semifinals would have defeated two former IWGP champions. And I'm on a very, very strong youth kick in the New Japan Cup this year. I think there's going to be a lot of young guys. And whether Yuya Uemura wins the title from Goto, I think he is a very strong candidate to be challenging because they kind of got to kickstart his whole progress based off of being out on injury since the G1.
Okay, now maybe we'll get some consensus in Group 2 here.
And you get a pick.
I mean, Jeremy and I already had Uemura.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, Dave Finley's going to win that too.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, right? We'll have the Fight Game Podcast ballot, which then you'll have yours. Jeremy has his. I'll have mine, and we'll see which one was the best one.
Yeah.
I'll do it as well outside of this. Okay. A lot of people really high on Oiwa. Not a lot of people high on Chase Owens, which really scares me when it comes to this booking. But I have to imagine Oiwa wins this match, right?
This is a scary one. And I'm leaning Oiwa, but there's a lot of questions to putting Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr. in a match together.
Right.
Being in the stablemates. But it's also one of those, I think we all want to see it, and we all know Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win that match.
Yeah.
So it's okay if you do it.
And he's like literally in the top 5 of wrestlers who can put the other guy in the ring over best, I think.
Yes. I'm leaning Oiwa, but this is really a pick 'em.
All right, John, what do you think?
I had Oiwa.
All right,
Chase,
we got consensus, baby.
I think Chase Owens should have got a bye, like just not in this tournament. I don't get it. Man.
Winner gets Chase.
Nothing against him personally. I think he's probably a hell of a guy. Me and Matt would probably be great friends, but when I see him on the card and wrestling, I'm like, well, I don't want to watch this match. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But which is why I'm hoping he's there to make Oiwa look really strong, and at the same time maybe get some false finishes in there for those of us who are like you, who are like, oh my god, I can't believe they're gonna do this. Oh no, they didn't do it, but they may still do it. Like
they may.
All right, this is an interesting one. See, I didn't even look at this bracket except for the first time that it came out, so I didn't even remember it. Gabe Kidd is hot like fire right now.
Yes.
Ren Narita has the bullshit on his side. What are we thinking here?
John, you go first.
I have Ren Narita.
I too have Ren Narita.
Oh God, I was thinking the same thing.
Gabe Kidd does not need to win the New Japan Cup. Gabe Kidd has not won a match in a significant amount of time, and it has not hurt his standing in any way, shape, or form. He had that draw with Yota Tsuji, and it makes a ton of sense that both the guys get bounced out in the first round of the tournament to maintain that parity, because they're kind of doing something with those two guys where it's like, anything you can do, I can do better, but oh, nope, neither of us are really doing better right now. So, Ren Narita.
All right. Zack Sabre Jr. and Oiwa, I think we all feel that Zach's got to win this match.
Zach.
Yeah. Okay. And then Ren Narita and Taichi.
Ren Narita.
Ren.
And Zack Sabre Jr. against Ren Narita.
Ren Narita.
Ren Narita.
Son of a bitch. All right. All right. Group number 3.
I think this has some interesting ones.
This is going to be fun. This one over here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
El Phantasmo. Is Great-O-Khan just going to stand there while El Phantasmo does his dance from top rope to middle rope to bottom rope to top rope to middle rope? Is he just going to stand there and watch him do it?
Probably.
Yeah, it's one of those deals you gotta.
He'll sit on the other turnbuckle and just watch it with the garbage folder.
When I saw Jeff do it and not just push him, I was like, okay, that's if Jeff's not going to push him, then nobody's going to push him.
El Phantasmo is the NJPW television champion. He will have a blind title defense the night before, which some people tend to think is going to be the former Baron Corbin, aka Bishop Dyer, aka Doc. That has been the prevailing hint. Maybe it could be this guy the night before. He could get a win there and then easily lose to Great-O-Khan the next night and set Great-O-Khan up as a TV title challenger.
Man, debuting a guy to lose, though, I don't like that either, though. You know.
Well, he's not in the tournament, so I don't expect him to. If he wins, he wins and wins the TV title and can do 15-minute matches. But either way, I don't really see Phantasmo winning this match against Great-O-Khan.
What if he just comes into New Japan? We're talking about Baron Corbin as Big Tom. Because don't you just have to be big plus your first name now? Got Big Bill. Big Tom.
Bet. Maybe he can be
Big Bishop.
Big Bishop. Interesting. But I'm going with Great-O-Khan on this one, by the way. If it's
all right. That's consensus there. Shota Umino gets a bye. Oh my goodness. Poor Naito. Naito against Callum Newman. How are we gonna get through this one? Naito.
We're gonna close our eyes and smile that nobody gets injured and 4 knees remain intact by the end of the match. I'm going with Naito.
Okay.
Naito.
Jeff Cobb gets by. Great-O-Khan versus Shota.
Great-O-Khan.
I've got Shota Umino in this one.
So I'm breaking the tie here, huh?
So here's the context here. At the last match at New Beginnings, Shota Umino lost to Great-O-Khan. and then he proceeded to shave his own head in disgrace.
Right.
There has been a level of teardown to Shota that if it were any other person, I think that you could go deeper. But I think after being gone, which you have not seen Shota Umino since February 11th, this will be the first time he makes an appearance. And I think what we've got set up here is Great-O-Khan is just going to be caught stunned by this almost young lionish rebuild from the bottom kind of focused Umino who just rolls through Great-O-Khan. That is my kind of idea of what they're doing here.
Okay, so do we believe that Shota has hit rock bottom?
Yes. When he shaved his own head, I think that was what you needed to see.
Is this the main event of what would this be? This would be actually no,
this would be
the
the main event of the 12th.
12th. Okay.
It is the only match on the 12th as part of the cup.
No, there's Renarita and
oh, sorry, Renarita.
Yeah, there's that one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say Great-O-Khan, and hear me out. I think Shota's coming back as kind of a crazy man, and he's gonna go crazy. And I think he's gonna beat the crap out of Great-O-Khan so much, and he doesn't listen to his dad. Shoves his dad. Keeps kicking the crap out of Great-O-Khan, beats him up with chairs, etc., etc. Gets disqualified.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. That's why I asked if he had hit rock bottom yet, because sometimes, like you know, Ghetto understands the audience obviously better than me, and I sometimes I look at it from the perspective of like, you know, my own vision of New Japan as a US fan. And then they go like one level deeper than I realized that they're going. And that's why I was thinking Great-O-Khan as well. So I like John's story.
Do it.
So I'm going to pick Great-O-Khan, but I definitely understand the Shota story. And now that the way that Jeremy explained it, because now that I remember that, I'm really excited to see what they do with him now. So
I think my theory is that I think the cup, the G1, excuse me, will be more of the focus on the younger guys and them stepping up past a lot of the veterans that have been, you know, on top for a while. I think that's what's really going to happen. I think the cup is still some of the old guard, you know, and some of the young guys kind of slipping and falling. But I think the G1 is where I think there definitely is going to be a big shift this year when it comes to G1, when it comes to the young guys. So my prediction.
All right, we got Naito and Jeff.
Jeff easily in this one.
I still think that they like to do Naito and put him in places where they can. So I'm leaning towards Naito in this position.
So would this match, if Jeff Cobb advances, would this be Jeff Cobb against Great-O-Khan? Jeff Cobb against Great-O-Khan?
Yes. And my theory is that Great-O-Khan will come in the match, beat up, sore, ribs taped, all that. Cobb, they'll have a friendly babyface kind of a match. And so O'Khan loses to Cobb because he, you know, wasn't 100%. So it's not like he beat his, like he's the better of the two. Like Jeff Cobb's better of the two when it comes to the United Empire. He just, you know, the chips fell for him because his opponent wasn't 100%.
All right. My pick is going to be based on one thing and one thing only. Who have I eaten sushi with before? That's Jeff Cobb. So I'm going Jeff Cobb. And Great-O-Khan versus Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb. Yeah.
Cobb.
All right. Now we are in the last group here. Ishii versus Drilla.
I felt Maloney. This was an easier one. I had Drilla going.
I too had Drilla. Beating Shingo, you don't have him lose to Ishii right afterwards.
Yes. And Ishii is at this point in his career when it comes, like, I know he has a title match coming up in April versus Gabe Kidd, but for the American audience, I think they're just like, hey, we're happy to see Ishii. You know what I mean? Like, they're not worried about, oh, he's losing in New Japan, you know, like.
How did this dude get a bye, by the way?
Fuck, how did this guy get
Can
a
I-
plane
can I
ticket to
pick-
show up?
Can I pick the bye? I wonder if Samsa's thing will let me pick the bye.
Jeez,
instead
can
of
we just
TJP.
pick him? Gosh, leave.
It's amazing
Who
that
wants
Drew
to-
Maloney suddenly became a babyface when he's going to face TJP.
I guess any guy that used the mist as a cutoff and doesn't finish a guy with it is a stupid idiot.
Oh, this
Uh-oh.
is the great.
Come on, this has to be an easy one.
Oleg Bolton Oleg.
Bolton Oleg for sure, man. Come on.
The great Oleg Bolton against Bad Luck Fale.
Last time I saw Bad Luck Fale, I think it was like he teamed with some little guy in the tag tournament, and Bad Luck Fale looked like he ate another Bad Luck Fale. Like he was
Jack
just,
Bongs or whatever.
yeah, Bonza. Yeah,
Hey, I watch all that crap, man. I see all that.
I think I
Fale
tried to
and
keep
Bongs
up,
at the
and
World
like
Tag
2
League
shows
were
in, I was like,
rough.
I'm out. This is not. Yeah, that was 2
All
years ago, I think. Now, right?
All right, Jeremy, you agree with this one, right?
Bolton Oleg, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shingo gets the bye. So Drilla and TJP.
Drilla.
Moving on. Shingo against Bolton. Oleg Bolton.
Shingo.
Here's
This is one
this is where
where
Jeremy's context comes
this
into
is-
play here.
this is an interesting one because Shingo lost to Drilla Maloney last month. And
Mhm.
all of the conventional logic is that they'd want to run it back and Shingo gets the win like right away. There's a part of me that wants to just see Bolton get a run and him beating Shingo and then going through Drilla and just becoming one of the final 4 would not shock me. I think Shingo's the safe pick here, but I don't necessarily think he's the right pick.
So you would actually take Oleg.
I'm going to take Bolton Oleg, yeah.
I would love to see him win that match.
Right?
I'm probably going to lean towards Shingo in my pick.
It's one of those upset specials that if it happens,
It's
like
going to be amazing.
it doesn't really damage Shingo if he lost to Bolton Oleg.
They also lost a Drilla, though. That's the thing.
It does. He's Teflon. Shingo's literally is.
Who's the never champion? Who's never the champion?
Takeshita.
Oh, it's,
Right.
that's all over. That.
All right,
that's done.
I'm gonna go with Shingo just because I think it's one of those where
Sure.
Oleg is they're he's gonna get really close and it's gonna be really exciting.
I think,
And if he does actually win,
yeah,
that would be amazing.
yeah. And then I got Shingo here as well. I think
Yeah,
this is
Shingo's
what
winning it back. If he and Drilla are in a match again, I think he's winning that one back.
And that's not a bad situation. They'll be even, and then you
Yes.
could run it back at Dominion or
G1
maybe
or
during the
whatever.
G1, right? So.
All right, now John vehemently disagrees with one of the people in the final 4 here, but based off of our bracketing, we got Yuya Uemura and Ren.
He's one of my favorite
Narita.
young guys. I mean, I love that Uemura. He's one of my favorites of the younger guys. Actually, he's probably 1 or 2 next to OU. I really like that kid, but I'm gonna go Ren Narita. I actually had Ren Narita winning this match, anyways. Whoever it was, I had. No. Excuse me, it was David Finley. So yeah. So I'll go with your guys' pick, Uemura. So.
Yuya for
Jeremy?
me.
All right. Jeff Cobb against Shingo Takagi in the
Shingo.
other bracket.
I'm going to go with Shingo, but when I did my bracket, it ended up being Yuya, Ren, Shota, and Bolton Oleg to have 4 young guys in there for that excitement going into that last day of like, it was going to be a new guy no matter what winning this thing and just kind of go in that route. But I do like the idea of Jeff Cobb and Shingo Takagi in one of those last matches.
All right. I'll also lean Shingo because if John would have picked Jeff, then I would have picked Jeff too. But he didn't. So
Fun fact: Shingo Takagi is one of Jeff Cobb's favorite opponents to work with. So
there you go.
he loves working with that guy.
It's one of my favorite matches to watch.
All right. So in our final championship match for the New Japan Cup, we have young guy. We have the veteran's veteran. Who do we pick? Yuya versus Shingo.
I've got Yuya, but I would not have had Shingo Takagi lose to Drilla Maloney if he was going to make a run all the way to the finals of the New Japan Cup. I know that there's like a logic there and everything kind of worked there, but I would wanted to have two really strong guys who just didn't have that kind of baggage going into the thing. But I'm going to go with Yuya Uemura because I like Yuya Uemura, and I think that he is uber talented, and it's a young guy movement right now.
All right, so we got Goto facing the winner. When is that match?
That will be at Sakura Genesis on April 4th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who would you pick here, John?
Dave Finley. But that was my finals. I'm gonna go with, I'll just go Uemura right now. I don't think Shingo's winning this thing at all.
I would lean Shingo, but I'm going with the consensus here. So our winner is Uemura, and that would, I mean, look, even though, like I said, like it's never chalk, it's never the way that I want it to happen. Like this tournament is usually pretty darn good, and I'm looking forward to it. Jeremy, when does the whole thing start?
March 7th, which is a week from tonight, I believe, is the way that it'll all work out. The anniversary show will be something that we cover on Speaking of Strong Style next Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on the Fight Game Media YouTube channel. We'll cover the last night of Fantastic Mania and the anniversary show, and then run down anything else that we need to do on the New Japan Cup, which will be basically a week from tonight.